Yo, what's up, guys? To a brand new Red Dragon Plays video, and today we're gonna talk about Godzilla X Kong Supernova, which is coming out 2027. But before I start off my video, I just want to really apologize for not able to post videos, and that's usually because of my time management and higher studies, because usually I got like a lot of exams coming up, so I really can't do a video nor can I post anything. I just really apologize for doing that since I've taken a long break. Like it's like I'm talking a break about like 2 years or something, and I really feel like I lost most of my subscribers or viewers. I just really apologize for doing that, guys. I'm very sorry. But don't need to worry because I've retrieved my drawing cards too. I just need to get back my those packs that I usually get to like do. Like I used to like do a lot of Godzilla and Ender Dragon stuff. I'm just very sorry for not able to post any videos. Kindly just take my apology because it, it, it's just that I have a lot of work to do. It's just that I can't come up with a perfect schedule. But I know I'm gonna say a date, but after June 16th, I'll promise to post videos regularly if possible because I might have another exam coming up, but I'll still post videos if I can. So that's all for today. And I saw my subscriber rate, and the rate is like 721 or something. I really appreciate for all of you there who supported me throughout my journey. So let's get back into the video for Godzilla XK Supernova. So first thing is first, when we talk about supernova, it's something related to astrophysics. It's like the dying star. It's like after the supernova explosion happens. I mean, it's not like an explosion. It's kind of like an explosion. Like, how do I put it in simple words? I don't want to bore you guys with astrophysics, just like how I'm struggling. But it's like a dying star. It's like one of the evolutions. It's like after the red supergiant, the thing like gains more. Uh, it has more temperature and more mass, and then it is like its surface temperature will be like high. And when I'm talking about high, I'm talking about like 10,000 degree Kelvin temperatures or like 30 temperatures. I'm not sure, but I think it's 10,000 Kelvin temperature. It's just like that. And then it's like this is like it forms a black hole if it has more mass, like 5 times the mass we're talking about. If not, it's gonna turn into a black dwarf. That's what a supernova is, but it's related to something in space. And we all know that in GxK, in that origin thing, where these characters go to some cave structure, and then they told that Godzilla had a star. So I think it might has to do something with eating that star or absorbing that star. So I think Godzilla might have created none other than we're talking about Space Godzilla. So my guess is that Space Godzilla is the most, like, I think Space Godzilla will be the villain. But if not, we could see a new villain. I just don't want the villain to be something like Scar King, because I gotta say, out of every Monsterverse movie I ever watched, GxK was the one that really disappointed me. It's like very Kong based movie, and then I know Kong is a very like a special character, especially in GvK. But I feel like they could have made something related to Kong himself instead of putting Godzilla, and they could have just teased him in their paintings or something. And that's just so like it's like Godzilla was there for no reason. I feel like it was just a side character. But because like I think the best Monsters film I ever saw was gotta be GvK, honestly, and that's because, well, they brought that film perfectly. It was kind of like balanced, and the CGI was just great. Even in the trailer of GxK, the New Empire, the first thing that really got me disappointed was Godzilla's CGI rendering. That's, I get it. Even I can't do something so like realistic. I'll accept it, but compared to the previous films, especially like 2014, we're talking about, that Godzilla was so well rendered. Like that was just like a peak film. And KOTM was just another great film. That's my favorite film. It's still my top number one, and second is definitely GVK. And so I really want this film to just come up to that CGI rendering because we're talking about something like that. And the second thing is that I think I'm kind of able to predict. I feel like there could be more monsters coming in this film. Like, I get it, Space Godzilla is definitely the one, and I feel like we might see Jet Jagger because many of the fans theorize that, especially I think I saw this one in Reddit. I think many fans said that Trapper, the guy who's like the vet of the Titans, I think, yeah, he's kind of like Jet Jagger. That's what they said. And Jet Jagger is kind of like my favorite characters of the Toho. And speaking about like favorite characters, I really want to see Rodan coming back because it's like if Rodan is not there, it's like I understand there's like a lot of copyrights, especially for Methuselah, who got a copyright for something like Sumit Kaiju because it's like the design is more like it's kind of like similar. I get it, but still we saw Scylla returning. We didn't see Behemoth, and Behemoth is alive because of the GVK novelization. We know that for a fact he's alive, but he lost one of his trunks due to hammer hook. So it's like that. And there's also this new Kong game that came. I think it was a Survival Island, right, guys? And in that we saw Titan as Abaddon. I really thought Abaddon was going to be something like a destroyer like level or destroyer like design. I just like feel very disappointed because us fans create like such cool kaijus. For example, like for let's just take Leviathan. I know Leviathan didn't appear. Okay, let's forget about Leviathan. Let's talk about Tiamat. We came to a conclusion that Tiamat is gonna have five heads, but in the reality, it is like Tiamat only has like it's like a serpent and not a Hydra looking thing. So it's kind of disappointing. But yeah, we theorized that it's gonna have five heads, but no, it doesn't have five heads. And we theorized it because of D&D like Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, so I honestly want this film to like, and I don't want to like. I don't want the villain to be like a wasted potential. For example, like Scar King is the best example. See, the reason why I like the other Monsters film is because the antagonist actually is like equivalent to the protagonist. For example, let's say Kong Skull Island. We all know how the Ramarak Skullcrawler fought Kong. It was very equal. And if you do a villain like that, that at least works out. The idea might like I get it. But something like Scar King is that the design like the only reason why I feel like he was so strong because it's because of Goji Center. They theorize this guy is gonna have such great potential, but in reality it's not. It's just disappointing. And Shimo, don't even get me started. I get it, she's the mother of all titans, but I don't even feel like GxK is like a worth a watch film. I know it's a great film. It's like it can be like a one-time watch film, and it really did not suit me. I mean, as a MonsterVerse fan, it did not suit me. I just watched Godzilla minus one instead, like a lot of times because that movie was insanely great, and I just want some returning titans and some new familiar faces. I do get it because of Toho, they can't do that, but they still have Mothra, and she did appear. And just because you can't get the character doesn't like give you an excuse. I get it. Copyrights is one a big head of a deal, but still, Rodan is like it's just out of the topic. We want to see Rodan. We don't want to see anyone else. I personally want to see Rodan, and I'm okay with other titans such as like Behemoth or Methuselah making a cameo. And I don't want Godzilla like killing half of the roster because titans that are destroyers I get it. You can't just like destroy titans, but they're just so cool. I feel like something can at least work out. Like for example, like Rodan, he might just work out so well. Like Rodan can be the example for like many titans. I really want to see titans like Yamata no Orochi, and I used to be a like someone like that. And now coming back to GxK Supernova, my first thing is that this film for sure is a Godzilla based film because I don't want Kong coming in. I don't want the story to be taken out like that. So this film is completely Godzilla based film. Okay. And second thing is that I want to see Mothra. Like I want to see like I mean, yeah, I want to see Mothra. I want to see Thermo Godzilla again because Evolved Godzilla I do get it, but still something about Evolved Godzilla is not sorting up. It looks like the Homelander of the universe. And the previous Godzilla, it looks so well. I'm not saying the pink doesn't suit Godzilla, because Millennium Godzilla was so well done, and Shin Godzilla was just great. I'm okay with the pink breath. I really wanted a red colored breath or something. But Thermo Godzilla, I feel like it's the best suitable for the Godzilla series rather than seeing a evolved Godzilla. It doesn't even feel like Godzilla. It looks like they tried to make Zilla but failed. So I really want to see that, and I definitely want Rodan to return for this damn film because Rodan is like we only saw him in one film. We barely got to see what he even did. He was like he looked like a confused character because he didn't know what sides to choose. But Rodan has to be one of the characters I really want to see in Supernova. And the thing is that I want to see Jet Jagger because this is gonna make it like a Pacific Rim crossover. So even if they don't have Jet Jagger, I don't have a problem with that because a size changing thing can be a problem. But since Monster versus Monsterverse, I think they can figure it out. And I think at the end of the film, they might give us another hint for Destroyer. So I think it's gonna be like that. So yeah. So honestly, these are my expectations for the film, and I don't want the film to be completely like human based. Like for example, the thing is that like in GVK, it was like a monster based film. Like they had like less screen timing, but at the same time they managed to balance out. And this is something they couldn't do in other films, especially in GxK The New Empire. That's one of the films I recommend not even watching because it's not that cool at all. It's just like it looks like a fanboy made that film, bro. Honestly. And I feel like there's some cringe scenes. I feel like the story doesn't like work out, but still. But GVK is not like that. And GVK they managed everything balanced. Like everything was so perfect. I can literally watch that film again. And the theater experience was so nice because honestly in my theaters they actually didn't I don't even remember people even screaming for Godzilla eliminating I'm so sorry, guys. I think that was some sort of a lag I had. I'm so sorry, but yeah, honestly, my theaters they didn't even scream for Godzilla eliminating. I mean, no, sorry, not Godzilla. I think it was Kong. Yeah, Kong eliminating Scar King. It was like that, and I feel like Shimo is like it was a nice idea, but they didn't know how to implement it. That's what I can put for that. Even the entire character, she's like the mother of all Titans. I get it, and she's like the first Titan, but I feel like something with the first Siren or the lore for Shimo doesn't even suit at all. Like, I get it. She fits in some key roles. Like in KO team, how Ghidorah got frozen. I think it suits for that. But honestly, I don't feel like this Titan even works out. Honestly, they could have just brought up something like Destroyer or something. I feel like this Titan just sucks. And don't even get me started with Scar King. That guy legit sucks. So these are my top expectations for the film. I don't want the villain to be so wasted like Shimo and Scar King. And I don't think I think even if it's not Space Godzilla who's coming for the film, I definitely do think they might show Gigan or they might tease some other characters. such as Biolante or Destroyer. And I think that's at the end of the film. But yeah, and one more thing is that I was about to say something that I forgot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I don't want the Titans to be so wasted. And one more thing is that we can't expect what we saw in the Heisei series. We can only see a new Son of Titan, and I think in Hollow Earth there are some crystals. So I do think Space Godzilla could be something new. Like they might stick with the Toho type, but let's take Ghidorah for example. You know how Ghidorah looks like a Japanese man, but they just made him to look more dragon, but stick with the Ghidorah flavor. I think that's what they're gonna do this time. So for Space Godzilla or Gigan, they might go for that. And personally, if they're trying to do Gigan, if Gigan was even in the film or coming in another film, I just have low expectations for Gigan. Like I want to see Gigan more like robotic rather than like half robot, half kaiju. More robotic, but still like a bioorganic thingy. So those some expectation for the film. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and see you out. Red Dragon will always be in your heart.